Remember to reset your clocks this weekend. On Sunday, we will fall back an hour for daylight saving time. And although it's just an hour, it does mean that it will be dark an hour earlier at night. And the change can have an impact on your mood, your sleep, even your appetite. So Dr. Oneil Bains is a sleep specialist with Virginia Mason here to walk us through this change. You know, you hear about the hour. Does it really make that big of a difference? It's an hour.
Yeah, I think in the fall side of things, usually the adjustment is not so hard because most people are going to get an hour of extra sleep, and we live in a culture where people tend to be a little sleep deprived, so most people look forward to daylight savings in the fall. So it's the spring that tends to be more challenging.
So we hear that it can affect our mood, even with an hour. How does that do that?
Well, I think that the thing for certain people, let's say you're a morning type person and you have trouble sleeping in, maybe you don't get as much sleep as you'd like, you stay up late but you still get up early, and so sometimes it takes a few days to kind of adjust to that, and they may be more tired during the afternoon when that natural lull happens, so they may have more of a challenge staying alert in a meeting or something like that during the workday.
Is it true that a lack of sleep can affect our appetite?
So sleep has been linked to appetite. Usually if you think of an hour, you wouldn't expect to see a big difference, but if someone with jet lag, people tend generally actually be less hungry. If people are chronically sleep deprived, sometimes they eat more calorie-wise, and that helps them stay alert through the day. And so you can kind of see changes both ways at times.
Who is most impacted by a time change?
In the fall side, I would say it's usually parents with young toddlers or young children, because they're going to wake up at the same time no matter what the clock says. And so if the parents have stayed up late, the kids are going to get up early, so sometimes extending their nap times, trying to put kids to bed later will help them sleep a little longer, and so that the parents don't have to get up so early.
Does the hour that it starts to turn darker sooner impact us and our ability to sleep?
Usually in the winter time it gets dark earlier, so you naturally, if not exposed to dramatic amounts of light, you'll tend to get drowsier earlier, so it generally helps people maybe get to bed a little bit earlier.
How much sleep should we be getting for the average adult a night?
Most people are in the 7 to 9 hour range, and it's usually, I tell people, it's the amount of sleep you need to feel rested, but most people would be in that amount of time.
So if you're getting less than that, how important is it that you try to get between that range?
Well, particularly if you're symptomatic from getting less than that, and most people, their symptoms can vary, but if they get less than 7 hours, people tend to be more symptomatic. And you know, if you don't need an alarm and you wake up at the same time every day, including the weekends, that's probably a good sign you're getting enough sleep.
And what happens if you're getting more than that? Say you're getting 10 and 11 hours a night.
I mean, that's where usually people start to come to doctors and say, hey, look, I'm too sleepy, or I'm sleepier than others, and that suggests there may be a problem that needs to be investigated.
Is there anything that we can do here in the couple days as we get ready for the daylight saving time to prepare and just kind of ease that hour?
For most people, this is the good part, is they can stay up maybe a little bit later, and so as they get close to that time, and that's something that most people enjoy.
All right, so just take advantage, because in the spring,
Right.
when we switch the other way, that'll impact us a
That's
little
right.
more. Thank you. Catch some Z's. If you would like to see more of our Healthy Living segments, go to q13fox.com/healthyliving.
All right, thank you, guys.